say a quick hello. We don't do this all the time. Who wants to start? Michael? Go ahead.
Derek, Michael Cove, WCHL and ChapelBoro.com. You come from a really competitive area of high school basketball in DC, North Virginia. How do you think that playing in that place helped transform you into the player you are today, and how do you think that's going to help you in your first year here at Carolina?
Yeah, I think the DMV is a really good area for high school basketball. I think what that's really helped me with, I've gotten really good coaching from high school and AAU both, playing with Team Takeover and Gonzaga. Played with really good players, so I'm used to playing with really good players, just like I'm gonna have to play here. And then, like you said, the competition is really good, so I have to be ready every night. There's no off days, playing in that area. So the same it is here. You got to be ready every day to compete and bring your best.
Do you know Coach Davis was a Virginia guy too before you knew him?
I didn't know that before I knew him, but he let me know once that he's from Fairfax too. And it's funny, small world, like where I play golf, his dad plays golf and like stuff like that. So it really is a small world.
Derek, Riley Davis from Sleepers Media, and he checks CDB. We know you were a high-level shooter coming out of high school, but looking at Hubert's system and how he's given his guards a lot of freedom over the past few years, has that been something that y'all talked much about? And even beyond that, have you earned the green light yet from Coach Davis?
Yeah, we definitely had conversations about good shots and bad shots, and he's told me that he has trust in me and wants me to be comfortable and confident taking shots because I'm capable of making them. But obviously there's the right times, there's the wrong times to take them. So we've had multiple conversations about when to take those shots, what being open is, when like an early shot in the shot clock versus a late shot in the shot clock, what's a good shot. So we've definitely had those conversations.
Andrew Jones, Tar Heel 24/7, and a Northern Virginia DC guy. So.
Yes, sir.
Gotta have that kinship stuff.
Yes, sir.
How much on the ball are you playing? How much off the ball are you playing? And when going into college and kind of maybe doing a little bit of both, what is that transition like for you?
Yeah, going into college, playing on the ball was definitely something I was looking for throughout the recruiting process. Trying to become more of a point guard. And here it's been really good. I've been playing pretty much only with the one. So it's been really good to just get that experience and get used to having the ball in my hands more, making sure I'm being the leader, and at the point guard you have to talk, making sure I know where everybody needs to be, and learning all the reads and the plays, and making sure that I'm getting guys where they're supposed to be.
And you have a lot of guys that can shoot from the perimeter.
Yeah.
How does that kind of make your job maybe a little bit easier, maybe a little more interesting?
For sure, it makes my job a little bit easier knowing, when I draw two defenders, I kick it out. There's a guy that's making shots, making plays. So I have to do less, and I can just keep it simple and just play the game the right way.
Derek, Paige, you make with Inside Carolina. I know you kind of talked about your relationship with Coby White a little bit. I actually spoke with him a few weeks ago, and he said that you remind him of himself when he came to Carolina. What does that kind of mean to you, and what advice is he kind of giving you?
Yeah, that definitely means a lot coming from him, being a guy who was really good here and plays at the next level now. So it's been really good growing our relationship with him, and it's funny that he would say that because I saw the same thing when I went back and watched a lot of his games from here. Saw a lot of similarities in our game. We're both bigger guards, on-ball guards, can shoot the ball. So that really means a lot coming from him, and just being around him this summer and building our relationship. I've learned a lot from him about the game, about Carolina, and just about how to be the best version of myself.
Speaking of being a bigger guard, I'm Adam Smith with Inside Carolina. Speaking of being a bigger guard, how did you go from 6'3" to 6'5" overnight? What's the story there?
Yeah, it didn't quite happen overnight. My senior year at high school, I was listed at 6'5", but all the recruiting websites and stuff had me at 6'3". So it just kind of is what it is.
Was that just like a glitch or something? Like somebody put it in and everybody else
I'm not really sure. It might have been like when I initially got on like ESPN and stuff like that, I was listed at 6'3", and they just never went back and changed it or anything like that. But yeah, I grew between my junior and senior year, so I'm definitely a little bit taller now.
Derek, Brendan Marks from The Athletic. You mentioned that obviously one of the things you wanted to do coming to Carolina was continue to develop as a point guard, get reps on the one. What were some of the other reasons why you wanted to be here, and specifically, what was your relationship with Hubert like during the recruiting process?
Yeah, I said this multiple times throughout my interviews. It's hard to turn this place down. This is the biggest environment in college basketball. So knowing that there's an opportunity here with a lot of guards leaving last year, so I saw that there was an opportunity here, and being able to play on this stage is such a great opportunity for me. And Coach Davis throughout the whole recruiting process, just the type of person he is, even off the court, one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet, family oriented. So just spending time with him off the court, I really connected with that, and then on the court, passionate and really loves his players and pours into them. So I just love the way he was on and off the court. So it really made my decision easier.
Derek, speaking of some of those recruiting websites that had you listed at 6'3", is there any part of you that like maybe relishes in being a little underranked? You know, looking at your resume, 13-1 at Peach Jam, I think back in 2024, team takeover, 39% from three. I'm looking at this like, how's this kid at least not, you know, top 25? What's your take on all that?
Yeah, I try not to pay attention to it. I mean, obviously I see it, but just trying to just focus on being the best version of myself, getting better every day, and you know, in the long run, that stuff will play out, and it doesn't really mean that much. I'm here now, so I got the same opportunities everyone else does here.
Shelby Swanson, the News Observer, just talking to your teammate Jonathan. I know that he's known for, you know, maybe here at West Virginia, kind of ripping the practice. You see that so far at here at UNC, and if so, like, when was that? Kind of describe your reaction, if you know that.
Yeah, I've seen him wear for Jersey this year at practice. I remember we were in the practice gym. He wasn't shooting great, missed a couple too many shots for his liking, and gave it a little tug. But
Did it rip?
it did a little bit. It did. But I mean, that's just the type of guy he is. He's a competitor. He's passionate, and those are the type of guys you want to play with.
Yeah, I mean, is that something he has kind of spoken previously about, maybe needing a few, you know, guys like that that are really great? What do you think that brings to the team, just kind of the dynamic around it?
Yeah, I think we got a lot of competitors this year. JP's one of them. I mean, every practice is competitive. Guys are going at it. And, you know, it's good to see that, and guys going at it all practice long, and then off the court, we're just as cool in the locker room. So being around a team of guys that's so competitive and so passionate about winning, it's good, and it's what's best for the team.
Jeremiah Holloway with Inside Carolina. Derek, for you coming in, obviously this being your first year, who among your teammates do you feel like you're kind of learning from the most? Obviously you have, you know, a range of different, I guess, experiences at that guard position, but who do you feel you're kind of learning from the most?
Yeah, I'd say the biggest two guys that have taken me under their wing a little bit have been Seth and Cayenne. Seth was my guide when I was here on my visit, so I'd known him a little bit beforehand, and as soon as I came in the summer, he kind of took me under his wing. You know, we call each other twin, light skin squad. So yeah, it's been really good learning from him, spending time around him. And then off the court, he's a funny guy, cool guy, good to hang out with, and Cayenne as well. We really clicked quickly over the summer, both being on-ball guards, and it's fun to go at him every day during practice. And then off the court, he's a really cool guy to be around.
Hey Derek, it's Tom Shanahan from Inside Sport. In this transfer portal era, there's a lot of turnover on rosters, and then a lot of schools shield their freshmen until later in the year. You enjoying to get a chance to introduce yourself to the media this early in the year before the tip-off, and maybe them getting to know us?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think this is really good. I mean, obviously it's something that's new for me. So, you know, it's a good experience to just get a little training and get to know some familiar faces. So yeah, I think this is a really good opportunity for me.
Derek, Noah Weisskopf with Tar Heel 24/7. Can you describe your relationship with Caleb and what it's been like sort of being around him, and then on the court and off the court, I guess both?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Caleb's my guy. Live down the hall from each other, all the freshmen do. Spent a lot of time with him on the court and off the court, you know, working out. You know, the first week we came here, we worked out in the morning before our orientations every day. So it's just been really good to get to know him, and he's a funny guy, he's a social guy, likes to troll. You guys have probably seen that. So it's been really good to spend time with him. It's a lot of fun whenever I'm with him, and yeah, on the court he's a great player, but off the court he's a really good person.
Derek, Rob Baxley, Fayetteville Observer. What stood out in your conversations and watching film with a guy like Marcus Paige?
I mean, it's a blessing to be able to learn from a guy like Marcus Paige, who's had so much experience at this level and as well as the next level. And just being able to learn from him and pick his brain, you know, film studies with him. I work out with him pretty much every day that I can. So it's been so good to learn from him and just see his experiences and what he's looking at and through different things. And, you know, it's been really good, and getting confidence from him, seeing the way that he, you know, trusts in my game and is supporting me has been really good. So I'm really appreciative for Marcus.
What's the biggest thing you've learned so far, or the points of emphasis, so to speak, to this point?
I think a lot of it has been like ball screen reads, just making sure I'm making the right plays, not trying to do too much, making sure I'm taking care of the ball as much as possible and taking good shots when they're there for me.
Derek, obviously early October, but as this team is starting to come together, I mean, it's a completely new group from all over the place. Like, what do you see as the personality, you've spoken to that a little bit, the personality of this group and the strengths, like what can this team become, do you think?
I think we have a chance to be a really good team. We've got a lot of size, a lot of length, shooting, and like I said, a lot of competitive guys. So it's been really good to be around them. I felt like we clicked really quickly this summer, so it hasn't been like a struggle to, mesh together. And I think we just gotta keep getting better each and every day and take what goes from there.
And just a note on that, just kind of looking really quickly, I know that Jonathan was just in here telling us that he felt like those open gym sessions really helped you guys early in the summer, and that was a big kind of part of y'all meshing. I know some of them got chippy, he said. Anything stand out, any stories from that you can share, of course?
Yeah, open gym this summer was really fun, just getting to learn about each other, learn each other's games, playing with each other. And yeah, they were definitely competitive. It's cool, having the older guys come back, the alumni come back and play with us and getting to learn from them as well. And yeah, every day was competitive. We got guys here who don't like to lose. Nobody likes to lose, so it was a lot of fun getting to play those runs this summer.
Yeah.
Couple more.
Sorry, just really quick, when you hear guys say like, Seth, for instance, told us, I feel like we really mesh with each other in 10 or 14 days. What do you, what do you use to kind of measure that? Does that make sense? Like, at what point are you like, oh yeah, we're together, we gel? Like, what goes into that? How do you judge that?
I think it's just everyone really like just being comfortable and showing their like true personalities, coming out of their shells kind of. Even me, I'm more of a quiet person, but I felt like I could, be myself and was comfortable around these guys really quickly. And I feel like that's been really good, and everybody, just coming out of their shells and being able to be themselves.
Derek, if you go back to your time with Coby White this summer, was there anything deep that you learned from him? He played a lot as a freshman, kind of didn't start right away, but started about mid-December, late December. Was there anything that he imparted on you that's kind of deep that you were surprised that you learned from a guy like him?
I mean, it was nothing like out of the ordinary. Just he made sure to tell me that I got to work for everything that I'm gonna get, and just got to be in the gym every day and be hungry, and don't be complacent just because I'm a freshman or anything. Be vocal. Take my place where it is and just compete every day.
Derek, you mentioned Seth showing you around in your visit. Was there a moment on that visit that you can recall that really sealed the deal, where you're like, okay, this is where I'm gonna go?
I'm not sure if it was on the visit, but I think after the visit, just looking back and just seeing, the whole picture of it, after seeing, obviously the coaching staff, spending time with them, seeing the gym and, all the people around the program, and then just the campus and the feel on the campus, reflecting back, it became an easier choice for me.
If you're doing a draft of the best shooters on this team, like you're trying to take the best one to win a competition, like how do you see this thing, if you and Kirsch, like who's going first, who's going second, like how do you see this thing shaping up, a draft of the best shooters, in your opinion?
Well, I'm gonna take myself first. Got to. JP would definitely be up there. Kyan would definitely be up there. Jaren can really shoot the ball. I don't know. I feel like I'm forgetting somebody. I'm leaving somebody off.
Luka, maybe?
Luka, definitely. Luka's up there. I think that would be my top 5 right there.
Anybody
Okay,
else?
so Jaren ahead of Luka.
Derek, as a guard, things can get a lot easier when you have reliable big men. What can you tell us about the big men in this group, particularly Henry and Caleb?
Yeah, I mean, they make playing with them really easy. Big men setting good screens, getting rebounds, getting out, running the floor, and they're both really good passers, have really good vision. So, cutting the off-ball movement, they'll find you. So it's been really fun to play with them and have big men that skilled, and they can also space the floor and stretch the floor, which gives more attacking lanes for everybody else.
Derek, you mentioned obviously you're a bigger guard. There's a lot more length on this team than there was last year. How do you sort of see the defensive pieces fit together and the versatility on that end?
Yeah, I think defensively we should be a really good team. Being able to switch and guard multiple positions for multiple guys, and then rebounding is a big thing, obviously. So I think those two things would really help us on the boards and switching and stuff like that on defense.
Got time for one more.
I'll take it.
Finish up.
Sorry, okay. So you're, I know that you're really close, obviously, with Caleb. You said that's your guy. I know, so you guys hang out a good bit with Luka. Is he also down the
Yvonne.
Yvonne, okay,
Yvonne
Yvonne, sorry,
Summerall.
apologies.
Yeah,
Tell me a
yeah.
little bit just about like hanging out with, Yvonne and just what it's been like, you know, going out and kinda hanging around Chapel Hill and showing him around.
Yeah, Yvonne's a really funny guy. Not a man of a lot of words, but he's always down to go wherever me and Caleb go and just give him a call, knock on his door. He's there, and it's been really good getting to know him and just his like different perspectives and view on the world, and it's been a lot of fun.
What's maybe the biggest thing you've learned from him there that you guys have kind of showed him?
I think just trying to get him like more comfortable in here, and you know, taking him to all the different spots and learning what his favorite spots and stuff like that have been a lot of fun for us.
Thank you.
Thanks, Derek.